Martin's Head, 21 miles away, 135 feet above sea level. It's only 80 feet high. It's already mirroring, and it's 0 degrees out, Celsius. Right there, that's what we can see of the hill behind Quaco, which is 41 miles away. The hill is 43 miles away. That should not be seen at all. Hundreds of feet of curvature missing there. Okay, Martin's Head, just right there, but it's there, top of it. Should be well below the curvature, well behind the curvature. Alright, well that's enough here. Dennis Beach, 80 feet down to sea level from here. I'm standing up, so it's about 85.5 feet. There's Isle Oot, 28 miles away. Getting closer, we can see the mainland behind it. Mirroring going on now, so it's only going to get worse as I go down. Let's do it anyways. So what I do is I walk and I turn around and I look back. Now my eye level is at 80 feet, right with that 80-foot edge of the drop off here. So now let's look around. I'm at 80 feet. I was at 85. But got to point out, the right side of that split is 250 feet above sea level. The high spot on the island is one little tiny spot, 328 feet, right in about there, that little high spot. So the island is 328 feet high, 28 miles away. Now let's go down to about 70 feet. So we're at 70 feet. course, the island's still visible. "70 feet, still just make out a piece of the mainland. Should not be able to see that 46 miles away." So that's 70 feet. Let's go down to 60 feet. Approximately 60 feet, not exact. Used to have markers here that were bushes like this, but they all got washed off last year. There's one of them that was right about where I am now, but it's way down there. It washed all the way to the bottom. Little piece of what I have left there. 60 feet. Don't see the mainland, just mirroring, but from 328 feet down to that right top of the split is 78 feet. And we still see below it to the mirroring. So we are still seeing well over 78 feet. Let's keep going. Turn around again, about 50 feet. Back out. Still see the top of the split. So anytime we see that, we know we're seeing at least 78 feet or more. If we see below it like we do. Even though there's mirroring, I can still see well below the split. And I believe that split's about 50 feet, 25 to 50 feet. So add that to that 78, and we're over 100 feet that we can see at 50 feet above sea level. 20 feet is down where the rocks are, or the sand right at the bottom. Right there, that's 20 feet. From there, you can't see the island according to globe math. You just can't see it from there. We'll see if that's true. Let's go down to 40 feet. It's about here. Pretty soon this will be frozen right solid. It's already -2 today, -1 maybe. But it's quite comfortable. It's been so hot. So again, we can see down to the bottom of the split and more, and we can see the split just starting to mirror at the bottom of the island. You can see it's indented a bit. That'll get worse. But we're still seeing it, 50 feet. And again, when I get down to the sand at the bottom here, we cannot see that island according to globe math. Or should I say the globe lie, as I prove it every couple of days. Okay, let's go down to 40 feet. It's about here. Look back up again. There we go. This is Dennis Beach, New Brunswick, Canada. Check it out. Use Google Earth. Check it out. Look at the heights of this hill. See, that's still there. Right over there, where those trees are, that's where I go up. It's a gorge. And it goes up far less steep than this is that I'm walking down. I'll shoot this again as I go up there and show you what I can see. Let's go down again. So we're down to about 30 feet here. Look back up again. There we go, 80 feet at the top. 20 feet at the bottom. There's one of the trees, or groups of trees, that slid down this whole cliff this past spring. Okay, so let's go out 30 feet. So it's really mirroring now. You can actually see the whole island mirroring. You can see the mirror on this side of the island. But That's not important. What's important is what we can still see. We can still see to the bottom of the split and below. Over 100 feet. Now let's just go down to 20 feet, right down to the bottom. Now from here, you should not be able to see the island. I can see it without zooming in. Here we go. The island that is not there. Mostly mirrored. You can still see a strip between the mirroring where the split is, which means we still see to the bottom of the split. So we still see more than 100 feet, but there should be 0 feet. Well, let's see what we can do. We'll go out. Sea level down there. We're still a few feet above sea level. Let's look back here. That's where I came from. The parking at the top right there. That's 60 feet from the top to the 20-foot mark. Right there. That's 20 feet. You saw the island for the whole distance. And now I'm a little bit lower. Probably another 5 feet lower. Let's see what we can see. Yeah, it's almost gone. We can still see the top of that split on the right hand side, which means we can still see at least 78 feet of island. We should not see any of that island now. None. 100% gone, but behind curvature that does not exist. I've done this many times. I've been doing this for over 2 years now, and I do this probably at least once a week. Sometimes I do this 3 times a week, because this is where I come to walk. I have heart problems, and if I don't walk, I'll just be dead. So I don't mind walking. And it's nice to be able to help people learn where they really live, which is not on a spinning ball in a vacuum, flying around the sun at 67,000 miles an hour. A little bit ridiculous. Well, here we are at sea level now. This is sea level. I can still see the island. Not much of it without the camera, but it's there, and it should be gone. Now I'm going to try to go down, squat down here. Now this is 3 feet above sea level. And it's still not gone. It should be covered, or I'm sorry, it should be behind hundreds of feet of curvature. At least the height of the island, which is 328 feet. Yet I still see the top of the island. Globe model busted. Turn around again. There we go, that's where it came from. Now I'm going to go for a walk, and then I'll walk up that gorge, and I'll record and to see when I can see the island again. Mirroring is a pain in the ass, as it takes away a lot of my fun. But I still prove the globe is a lie. Do your own research, please. Well, out. 10 feet above sea level. It's almost mirrored out, but should have hundreds of feet of curvature blocking that. Yep, we've been lied to. We've been lied to since birth. And some of us are getting pretty old, and we were all lied to. I'm one of them. Glad I woke up. Now I hope you see this for what it is. That cannot be shown, has hundreds of feet of curvature blocking that, yet I can see it. And forgive me, I'm out of breath for mocking, but I just have to show you. We have been lied to, and we are being lied to about everything. Things like COVID-19. That's so much bullshit. We would have so many bodies piled up, so many videos saying my child, my family member died of COVID-19. We don't get that. We just get lies. Wake up, please. Do your own. Still see at least 78 feet. Should be blocked by hundreds of feet of curvature, which isn't. Allowed from 5.5 feet above sea level. Three feet above sea level. 2 feet. 1 foot above sea level. My knees are in water. Disgusting and cold. As it's below zero already. I've got winter clothes on already. Well, 328 feet high and has more than 400 feet of curvature blocking it all. There's the end of that point right there. Well, globe is busted. We've been lied to. I keep saying it. I keep proving it. Please do your own research. Don't keep swallowing what you're being force-fed and have been force-fed since the day you were born, pretty much. For me, it was when I started school in about 1959. I think that's probably when I saw my first globe. And I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker, for all these years, until about 2.5 years ago. Someone told me the earth was flat. And rather than troll and laugh and make fun of them, I just went out to either debunk them or prove it. And guess what? You're looking at proof. More than 400 feet of curvature should be blocking that 328 foot high island. Can't get around it. Can't say the earth is bigger, because it isn't. That was my first thought. Well, maybe the earth is bigger. but that only lasted 2 seconds. Now that is pretty cool, right there. Without the island there, without the land, you would assume he was on the horizon. He's not on the horizon. The horizon is behind him where the island is, and he's probably maybe 6 to 10 miles out, and that island is 28 miles out. It's really easy to be deceived. Our eyeballs and our brain don't seem to work together too well when it comes to discussing flat Earth. People just shut down and think we're ridiculous. But I keep proving it over and over. So please do your own. You would assume that was the horizon if we couldn't see that island. Like here, you would assume he's on the horizon. And yet a boat can be so much further out and we'd still see them. Sorry for the shaking. I'm beat now. I don't have to zoom in that far, although I like to. I'd love to know how far that boat is actually out there, because it may actually, see, I can just see the boat here, so it's not quite gone, so I'm not really bringing it back over the horizon, but it's quite a ways out there. There's that boat. I moved up to 20 feet. Excuse me. It was quite a walk and I'm out of breath. There's that boat. It was right on the horizon. What looked like the horizon. But that's all based on perspective. The lower I go, the closer he looks to the horizon. There's our island again. Should be blocked by, I think, at least 400 feet of curvature for a 328 foot high island, which is impossible on a globe 25,000 miles in circumference. So do your own research. Don't let people tell you lies without testing them. I've learned that much. I don't trust anyone or anything. That I feel today I need to test everything. I could have just laughed at flat earthers, but I decided to keep my mouth shut. Why would I babble for something I never proved? I never proved the globe. I lived on it. I believed it. But the first time, this is the same test I did. First time I tested for flat earth, bam, it proved itself to me. I walked from 80 feet right down to sea level and down to 2 feet and less, with the island still there. I actually have a video showing the entire island and the 90-foot point on the left-hand side, and I'm at 20 feet above, 20 inches above sea level. So I know, I've done the work. Globies call me a liar, as they can't believe it, and they won't let their minds think about it. They get angry, and I call them butthurt swallowers, because they will not even test. You got to do your own research, people. Stop being brain dead, faith believing globeheads. That was fed to you by evil pieces of shit that want to control your life and the life of your family and everyone that comes from you from now to the end of time. That's how bad it is. So wake up, smarten up, and test. That island should be covered or blocked by hundreds of feet of curvature, and it isn't. Thank you. There, I'm not breathing so hard now. Let's continue. Okay, I'm at 20 feet above sea level. And that island, Isle Oak, Nova Scotia, 328 feet high, 28 miles away, should be blocked 100% by about 400 feet of curvature. I'm at 20 feet right now. It should be gone. Let me walk down a bit. If I can keep this steady, I'm going to zoom back a bit so I can keep that in view. Hold on, there's a rock that I want to pick up. Globe faith believers will seldom verify what we give them as proof, like what I'm doing right now. Kind of hard to fake this proof. I've come down from 80 feet above sea level, 85.5 feet was my eye level, all the way down to sea level. So let's just stop for a second, zoom back in there for a second. See, it's almost gone, but we still see the top of the split, 250 feet, and the top of the island. That's 78 feet. We know we can see. Let's keep walking. Now remember, that should be blocked by hundreds of feet, minimum 400 feet. That's 4 with 2 zeros after, 400 feet of curvature. And yet there it is for 328 foot island, 328 feet. That's still there. I'm almost down to sea level. Just a few more steps. And then I'll squat down. Oops. Where did it go? Okay, here we are, sea level. Now, where did it go again? There it is. It's going to pretty much disappear. The point is, it isn't gone. You may not see very much of it. But again, at this point, I'll check again to verify when I get home, but I'm going down here. Take this out. Hold on so I can see what I'm doing here. Alright, there we go. Let's go down. Still there. Still there. Let me zoom in a bit so you can see it. It's still there, and I'm at lower than 2 feet. Where did it go? Alright, can't go any lower because the way I'm holding the camera. But I'm 1 foot. 1 foot and even going lower. I'm not kneeling in the water again. It's too cold out today. So, globe busted anyways. Do your own research. I'm going to stand up, zoom back a bit. Stand up, try to keep it in view. Oh, don't think my knees are going to let me do that slowly. I'm going to back up more and just get up. Yeah, used to be able to come up really slowly, but just getting old. Alright, let's go back on the island. Well, let's look at that boat again while we're here. Now there's the boat. It's on the horizon, isn't it? Nice straight level horizon, miles and miles. Nice level. There's the island. And that point is, I think, 15 miles away. That is 28 miles away. And the boat is probably less than 6 miles. I really don't know. I'm only guessing on that one. The other ones, I have the math, I have the data, and you can't debunk it, meaning you need to do your own research. Prove the globe if that's what you want. That's what I was doing. I used globe curve calculators that debunk the globe. They should prove the globe. They should be right on, within a few feet of the curvature. There is no curvature. It's just perspective. I've got a low perspective, angular resolution, I'm low perspective, the mirroring, haze, distortions that compress and eventually block your view. It's not curvature, not even the slightest, not 1 inch of curvature ever when it comes to water. Water does not bend. You've got to learn that. All right, well, I got to keep walking. I walk for health, and I want to stay alive so I can teach you that you've been lied to. You've been lied to since, well, let's put it this way. Your teachers were lied to before you were. Your parents were lied to before you were. Their parents were lied to before they were even born. We all believed it. Very few people did not believe it. It's our public schools, the governments, they give us the education, and it's a lie. Pretty much 100% is a lie. So please do your own research. I gotta get going. My back is getting sore here from standing up straight. Okay. Do your own research. So important. Especially before you start babbling that I'm full of shit. Because you can see right here, I'm not shitting you. But I do have somebody who keeps repeating what I say to him. Like, I call him a faith believer. But he's really just a liar. When you get to the point where you won't test, and you start preaching that you're a globe believer, and that the globe is true, you become a hypocrite. But not only do you become a hypocrite, you become a deceiver. Because other people that are as clueless as you, and that's not an insult, we all were there. But if you keep babbling, you become a deceiver. When you try to prove it, you'll see you can't. But there's no saying, oh, I'm sorry, because you lied to how many people? Could be hundreds, could be thousands. So, do your own research before you start babbling about a globe and curvature that you cannot prove yourself. Thank you. Walked back up to 20 feet above sea level. The island should be 100% blocked, but it isn't. That walk is tough. It's only 20 feet, but, well, here, take a look. There's the beach. And walking up these stones here, I walked up from the sand to here, 20 feet. Wow. Anyways, that invisible island we can't see there. 250 feet on the right, 328 feet. That center lump, 28 miles away. More than 400 feet of curvature. I believe it might be like 421 at where I'm standing. Now let's look at that boat again. The one I pulled up over the horizon. My eye level is 20 feet now. So there he is. Still looks like he's on the horizon. Nice level horizon. Earth is not a ball. Oops. No curvature, just flat with hills, mountains, valleys, rivers, all that stuff. But basically it's flat, meaning it is a level plane, not a ball in a vacuum. There is no evidence at all of curvature except in our minds before we do our own research, prove it for ourselves. This was my first proof 2.5 years ago, I think, and it's still proof, and I come here every couple of days. People still deny it, yet these people never do the math. They never say, well, I did the math, and the math says that there's no curvature there. You have to be farther for curvature. They didn't do the math. They just bullshit. So let's continue on up. Starting to get hot, even though it was just a few minutes ago -2 Celsius. But it's lovely out. It's been so hot. Okay. There's a boat on the horizon. What looks like the horizon. But let me show you something. Nice level horizon. Sorry about that. Let me zoom out a bit. There, all out. Look at that, it's almost gone. But guess what? It should be blocked by 400 feet of curvature. Actually more, as I'm at sea level. My eye level is 5.5. I'll do the math on that when I get home. But let me try to squat down here lower. 3 feet. Zoom in. And I'll zoom across here again. See if we can still see that boat. The boat's still there. Forgive the shaking. Hard to hold this like this. I'm going to go back to the island. Go lower. Lower, 2 feet. Zoom in a bit more. Whoops. A bit more. 2 feet. Well, I can't get lower than 2 feet this way right now, sorry, because there's water underneath me. So I'm not going to do that, but 2 feet, come on now. 328 feet of island should be blocked by more than 400 feet, well over 400 feet of curvature. But it isn't. Wake up, do your own research, and stop swallowing the lies. Now I'll tell you, when I figured this out, well, somebody told me, but when I proved it, I was so excited because I'm a Christian, and that just kind of emphasizes that God is real. But at the same time, it's more than 60 years of indoctrination, starting with school the first day, and it breaks my heart that there's evil in the world that would do this to us. Now, they're not doing this to adults. They did this to children. When we were children going to school, they did this. So it's been going on since long before your grandparents were born. So don't blame your parents or the teachers. They got sucked in, indoctrinated as well. But now, here's the evidence. This cannot be a globe missing 400 or more feet of curvature in just 28 miles. So, I keep saying it, do your own research. Stop swallowing the lies we've been fed. Start learning the truth.